welcome to the Horror Realm. I'm Travis Bruce, and today we're going to do another indie spotlight. We have the director, and he's also a wrestler, I believe, and he has an amazing product where he's mixing wrestling and a Mortal Kombat aspect to it. We have Luke Robert. He directed the Americans' Baddest Ass Tournament, Kill City Cup. Luke, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good, man. I think we're gonna have a great time tonight.
Yes, man. Thanks for coming on. And of course, we have one of the cast of this awesome experience. We have the beautiful and a little bit of evil, Gia Love. How's it going there?
Thank you, Travis, for having me. We're gonna have a great time.
Yes. So, all right, guys, tell. I know about it because I've seen it and I enjoyed it. But tell everybody else about Kill City Cup.
All right, the Kill City Cup is probably the weirdest, wackiest, wildest, and maybe the worst wrestling movie ever made. Basically, I took some friends that are in WWE, All Elite Wrestling, NWA, Ring of Honor, and I said, hey guys, you want to make a wacky ass video game brought to life with a little horror and cheese, and more cheese. And they're like, Luke, I'm not sure what you're brewing up, but I'm in.
And I'm a wrestling fan. I saw Brian Cage in there. I believe Ethan Hawke, I think is his name.
Brian Cage.
Actor.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke's a famous actor. Brian Cage, he's done some acting. He was in Fall of Grayskull. But really, like, when you look at Brian Cage, he's like 260 pounds and just
jacked.
He's jacked, but even in person, he's like twice as big in person, dude.
Wow.
Like, it's wild when you see Brian. You're like, man, you just keep getting bigger.
And you were a wrestler. Well, you are a wrestler as well, right, Luke?
I was a wrestler on the indie scene. I've wrestled for Ring of Honor. I wrestled for Chikara Pro. I did some extra work for AEW. But really, I got tired of seeing the same old on the indie wrestling scene, the small-time circuit. You come out of the men's room or a gymnasium door, and you expect people to look at you like you're a star or somebody special. And I thought, man, my friends are some of the best athletes in the world. They look like $1 million. Why are they not being presented as stars? So enough talking out loud. I said this hanging out in small groups, and I said it in bigger groups. And eventually just said, hey, guys, what are you doing on Saturday, you know? And that's how we got everyone together for the Kill City Cup.
Nice. And one thing about Kill City is death is on the table in this wrestling event. So there are some kills.
I don't want to say we ripped off Mortal Kombat fully, but like fatalities and brutalities and friendships are on the list. Babalities. Like, yeah, the standard. A lot of these old time pro wrestlers are like, oh, if you're not trying to win the wrestling match, what's the story you're trying to tell? And there's so many other stories in storytelling. It's not just about winning. Sometimes like the overcoming of something else, or the losing yourself and becoming like there's a million stories. You're a storyteller. So I'm a neophyte. I'm on the outside looking in, and I just know I was unsatisfied as a fan personally. So imagine what these other people are seeing. You wrestle in front of 50, 40, 30 people on a Saturday night, and the bar down the street has a cover band that's doing 200 people. And I just thought my friends could be presented in a better image, and I personally could have a great time.
Yes,
and that's pretty much where Gia comes in. I'm not very creative.
He says that, but it's untrue.
No, I see an idea in my head, and I'm like Vincent Van Gogh. Good artists borrow, great artists steal. So I see some idea, and I said, man, wouldn't that be cool? And I see another idea. So you see a movie, you go, man, I liked how that person was hacked and slashed. That was awesome. I like how that character was, how he looked. And obviously, we're not trying to do copyrighted stuff, but
like taking influences from the fun things of those movies or TV shows and being like, you know what, I really liked that. I could put that because I liked seeing that, and having like experience or enough skills to be like, you know what, why not? I can make it. It's become pretty easy to make videos now. It's encouraged by everyone up to like 10 years old. Like, hey, do a little TikTok. So it's like, why not make the stuff you want to see? The stuff that you were hoping someone would make, but they just won't do it because they don't get it.
Exactly. And horror fans love wrestling and they love video games. So those are the three things. So you're combining all the three of them in one piece of work. I mean, how can you go wrong?
You can. I'm finding out more and more how closely wrestling ties into horror, ties into cosplay, ties into fighting games. Like, oh, it's all the same people. Wow.
It is. Now, your Highness, Miss Queen Gia. How was it working on the scene of this project for you?
It was like just hanging out. It didn't really feel like work. It was fun from the moment I got there till the moment we stopped filming, and it was a long shoot.
I can imagine. Now, production-wise, how long did it take beginning to end?
I think we talked about this one earlier, somewhere around 2 days, probably, or he had said like 18 hours. Like a bulk of the wrestling got done in a day, but Luke can answer that better.
Okay.
So how I explain it is like it's a movie for the sake of wrestling fans. I don't think we'll say it's a wrestling show. It's a movie, and it's a standalone. So it's in reality, it's actually a wrestling theme. It's a theme tournament with wrestling action. So it's like 40-60, 40% storytelling, 60% badass action, death, hanging people from the ceiling, fireballs, stealing souls, sucking them out of bodies with voodoo, just table smashing, blood on the screen, just over the top antics. And then a little bit of story and a ton of character on top, man. If you're looking for corniness, cheesiness, and archetypal characters, mad scientists, cyborgs, Russian spies, this is
everything you've seen in like 80s and 90s wrestling.
Like it's like the Mortal Kombat roster.
Yes. Now, the lady who was played a Russian assassin, is she a wrestler?
That is Natalia Markova, and she's probably the most underrated professional women's wrestler that I've seen. For the most part, this is an over assumption, but like a lot of women get by just on being good looking, right? But she's a badass. Like she gets her ass handed to her, and she gives it out too.
She was taking some hard bumps.
Yeah. We actually made it viral, is what they call it. But she got power bombed through a table, but she didn't go through it. She bounced off. And this is like 2 or 3 days after she had jaw surgery. And this lady, she gets up. She goes, "I'm fine, everybody." Like, you are the toughest person in this room. Like, the whole cast.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, she has to be a professional wrestler because, I mean, the moves that she was taking and the bumps she was taking, I was like, wow, that can't be just an actress.
No, Natalia actually, she wrestles for the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, which is like 100-year-old promotion that is owned by Smashing Pumpkins guy Billy Corgan. So she just went to Australia and I think New Zealand, and she goes on tour with the Smashing Pumpkins as well.
Nice.
But yeah, she's gonna be a megastar someday.
And you guys got part 2, the sequel coming up, or season 2?
We're piecing it together. We actually filmed an initial episode, which maybe we'd call a pilot, with some old school wrestlers, and then another wrestler, and we couldn't release it. It wasn't what we were looking for. It wasn't the right time for it. So we filmed this one and released it first. And now I think Queen Gia is taking the throne. I think she's going to be the leader of Kill City. I think it's her mayhem and madness that's going to rule.
Nice.
Kill City Cup 2 is all about Queen Gia and her chaos.
Nice. And you said it had some returning characters from the first one?
Yeah, obviously we killed off a bunch of characters, but it's make-believe, so we could bring them back.
We're talking zombies. I mean, putting souls back in bodies. I mean, we took them out. We could put them back in. we're making cyborgs. Like nothing's off the table here.
Nice. Any vampires?
So in the original idea, I had a great character like Blade.
Yeah.
I had this character. It was a real wrestler. He's got the dreads and everything. And he's gonna run out. He's gonna jump on this little trampoline behind a fake brick wall, zip lined in, and then at the end of the match, he turns into a bat and flies off.
Oh.
And then another idea I had was I was gonna buy a hearse and light it on fire, but that's more expensive than I was willing to do at the time. But after the hearse burns, the bat flies off. So yeah, I think like vampires wrestling would be awesome. Like
Vampires, yeah.
Oh yeah, they could do some crazy stuff.
Yes. That would be badass. I mean, even if they drained their opponent afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, we were already playing with a lot of blood on Kill City Cup. It just kind of seems natural.
Now, are you both horror fans as well?
I guess I could never say that I was particularly into horror. I wasn't seeking it out, but I like performing in horror. I like scare acting. So I guess, yes, I do like horror, but as far as like the movies go, I feel a lot of them are try too hard. Like it's constant like jump scares, and it feels like they're relying more on that than an actual story. And a lot of the ones that were good, they've like bled them dry, and it's like, yeah, you're coming out with another one, but the first one was the only one that was worth a damn. Like,
Exactly.
how many Hellraisers do we have? Why?
I say the same
Why?
thing. I say the same thing about the new Exorcist that's coming. I'm like, no. The
Like, how
original
many
is
times do
enough.
we gotta tell that story? How many ways?
No, like leave it alone, please.
They can't come up with something on their own? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's horror. And listen, I might be talking shit, but like, there's when it comes to a killer weapon, there's so many ideas that are out there that people have not thought about or used. Like, I mean, why not? Listen, I can't think of one top of my head right now, but come up with something original. But there's an original idea out there, and like I like what you guys are doing
Dude,
because
I think horror movies maybe are starting to be like pro wrestling, you know? Like we could do anything in horror, we could do anything in pro wrestling, but we start recycling someone else's idea, and not even in a good way, like not even to build off it. Not like we're standing on the shoulders of giants and we're fucking, forgive my language, we're playing down.
yeah,
Like don't limit what we can do. Let's and maybe I don't know.
I mean, I've been a wrestling fan ever since I was a kid. I watch it on and off now, but like, you brought up Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling had a chance, when they first came out, they were something different.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, it's something different, alternative to the WWE. But instead of continue going a different route, they started becoming like WWE, a watered down version of WWE. And like, you have to be original. If you're going to compete with, if somebody's already doing it, you got to come out with something completely new. Because
Yeah,
if not,
there's-
you come off as a copycat.
there's a good quote I like. It's like you either got to be better than, worse than, or different than, and you don't want to be worse than. And to be better than that's where Kill City Cup comes in. I can't be WWE, but I could be different than WWE.
Correct.
My buddy Jimmy Jacobs, who actually was writing at WWE, he wrote the Chris Jericho's list. He recently worked at Impact Wrestling, but then he was kind of, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, he was content with what he did at Impact recently. Now he's working for AEW. There's so much you can do, but again, like when AEW seems to be like a watered down WWE, Impact is becoming, like just be different. You got 6-sided ring, you got these luchadors, you got all the things that make you special.
Mhm.
Just continue being special, dude. Don't try to, don't try to emulate somebody else. That's just not who you are truly.
Exactly.
That's
And-
oversimplified, but
Now, speaking of outdoing yourself, how are you outdoing yourself with the second one? I'm assuming you're going bigger and badder.
I think we're gonna eat a baby in this one.
Yes. We've been
Ah.
trying to figure out how to make that happen. A baby must get ate. We're thinking cake. possibly. But you know, the shock factor is there. We want it.
That was the whole tagline, and the initial idea was, "Holy shit, they ate a baby."
Now that would get you recognized.
Yeah, and obviously it's not a real baby. You know what I mean? It's all in good fun, and like it's
Yeah.
like a tongue-in-cheek Illuminati reference. You know, like
Yes.
that's what Kill City Cup is supposed to be. It's like the Illuminati. Like, so there's a little bit of reference. Like, yeah. So there's that, and then so like I said, Jimmy Jacobs, I just had lunch with him last week in Chicago, and he's stoked about it. And again, this guy writes for WWE. He writes for the big TV shows, makes real life money, and he goes, "Let me tell you my Kill City Cup ideas." And it's like, I become a fan. Like, Kill City Cup was created so I had something I enjoyed watching.
Mhm.
And my friends just go, "Hey, what if we do this?" And I go, "Yeah, that would be awesome." For real, like that's what it is. It's
And that's
all
how
my
it comes
friends-
together.
Yeah, they're the geniuses. Gia is yeah, she's a genius on like what I want to see. Like, she said, "What if we did this? Hey, do you know so and so? Hey, we need makeup." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So,
I'll just get excited and I'll be like, oh, this is how I can help. Put it all together. Make
she's got a
something happen.
scepter. She's got a scepter, man.
I
Like,
know. She's not playing around. So okay, I'm gonna ask Gia this question first, and then I'm gonna shoot the loop. Gia, if budget was not an issue, what's one thing that you would add in to the next Kill City Cup?
Like Superman level type powers or hits or some type of like levitation, electric, like those type of effects. Because we're already seeing a little bit of that in Kill City Cup, but you know, with unlimited budget, but as practical as possible, because I think that it kind of feels appropriate to the theme, it being kind of retro in feel or like kind of vintage, keeping everything as practical as possible, but also, you know, super strength, extra blood, gore, guts, electricity, fire.
Imagine somebody so fucking strong they just punch somebody and they just fucking explode in the ring. That would be
Yeah,
fucking
they want
badass.
to see that. Like, holy shit. That's when you get the chant. Holy shit. Holy shit. And then I can add on from the crowd that we want their response.
Yeah, he just hit that motherfucker so hard that he just fucking exploded in the ring.
yeah.
That'd be badass.
It's like, oh man, how are we going to take down this one? Just one punch, people just explode.
Look,
we
your
gotta
turn.
get MacGuffins everywhere.
MacGuffins. I think my answer is the same. Like, I wanted more fatalities, more brutalities. I'd like to see an animality.
Yes.
Fatality, no, they got quite the list. I'd like to see some people call out some finishing moves. That'd be neat. Very fighting games.
But instead of saying finish him or finish her, what is going to be your tag?
You tell me.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not the creative.
You don't want Mortal Kombat to come after you.
Right.
But it got to be something a little.
Maybe something corny like Doom or like Super, like something like.
Oh yes. It has some cartoon fucking lettering across the screen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, how wild would it be if we rented a tiger for an hour and did someone turn into a tiger or a monkey?
Exactly. All of a sudden, they're in the ring with a tiger. They're like, I didn't sign up for this. This was not the deal.
Yeah.
You have to up in your
Mr.
life.
Kill's just laughing like a maniac, and then we cut over to the tiger, and it's like eating meat. You know what happened.
Yeah. Right, like this is like the silliness that we're talking about now is what Kill City Cup was. It's not to be taken serious. Just
This
laugh.
is literally how it was birthed.
Because
Like, what about this? Oh, that sounds wild. Let's add that in.
I've seen some of the reviews from some people on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, this is crappy and this is cheesy." Like, don't you know this is supposed to be cheesy? Like,
Like, it's clearly trying to be
Like, did you miss the
the
point that this is
campiest part of it.
movie cheese? Like, you missed that point. You were expecting what? Some kind of Oscar quality movie or something? Like, what? I mean, wrestling in general is cheesy. It is.
Yeah, that's the joke, man. That's the joke. Like, and then that's my humor in real life. Like, I think if Kill City Cup goes well, we're probably gonna be at the Grammys this year, you know?
Yes.
And then people are like, you know, the Grammys is music. It's like, yeah, dude. It's jeez. Like,
By the way, you guys did get selected for a film festival award.
yeah. Actually, like, I'm super stoked about this one. It's the 14 Film Festival. It's taking place in England, but a WWE writer is on the panel. And as a kid, as a 12-year-old like wrestling fan, like to have a WWE writer recognize something you did, like, wow, dude. Like, I was a small town kid, 2,000 people in my hometown, and like my friends are on TV. Same with Gia. Like, how wild is that? Like, you got friends on TV or in movies. Like,
Yeah.
dude, what is life? Like,
I'm telling people, hey, I got an IMDb. That's just wild to me.
Oh, one other thing too. I saw at one of your local indie shows you had Carlito. I was working with Carlito.
Dude, Carlito, absolutely my favorite. I put Tatanka and Carlito, and Carlito's up here, Tatanka's right here, as my two favorite guys to work with. That and Tony Atlas as like WWE legends.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Carlito very, very briefly, and he's my type of guy. Like, I message him. I say, hey, man, you want to be a part of this wacky event, do this wacky idea? He goes, yeah, man. It's that much conversation. Then he flies in, real easy going, lands. I said, you need anything? He goes, I need an apple. I said, thanks for reminding me. Like, because I'm aloof, man. I don't know. And he'll meet anybody I ask him to meet. He'll talk to any. Carlito deserves a TV job forever. That guy, and he's on the Kill City.
One of my favorite wrestlers.
Dude, absolute saint, dude. Absolute, like, man. And he likes video games.
Awesome.
That's all he wants to do. He's like, I just want to go home and play. What game does he play? Man, he was telling me, like, last time I booked him on a show, he's like, I just want to be home on Friday or Saturday so I can play my video games.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where the show is going to get a little crazy. Okay. So this is a horror show. So I'm going to ask both of you some horror questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies first. All right. Queen Gia, if you were going to be a horror movie serial killer, who would you kill?
Who would I kill?
Mm-hmm. Like, would you kill men? Would you kill women? Would you kill handicapped people? Who would be your target? Who would be your target audience?
I think I definitely lean towards men. I think I would have to stay away from personal grudges. Like, I'm killing just to kill, to have fun.
Passion, yeah.
You know?
Love it.
Douchebags. Someone suspected of rape, something like that. Take matters into my own hands. Fuck that guy.
And what would be your method or as a weapon of choice? Are you going with a machete?
Wait, we're talking about real, right? Practical?
Yes.
Well, the easiest way would be poison. Probably. I mean, I would personally I would want to go like hack and slash, and that would be satisfying to the soul, but it's not nice, clean, and tidy. Doesn't wrap up real nice. Like, just a little poison, like, oh no, what could have happened there?
And I'm pretty sure it'd be easy for you to poison a man. So.
Exactly. It wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Oh no, we were supposed to have a good time. I guess he just took too much.
Luke, your turn.
I think I'm more like I think G is vigilante too. So I'm gonna go with like I'd be like hobo with a shotgun, you know, like just inconsiderate, rude people. like you cut me off, or you just being a piece of shit person. That's my target, I think. Like just pieces of shit, maybe bad drivers.
Just that one person sends him over the edge. What you fucking say to me?
But I couldn't be a serial killer because I got a conscience. So dreams are dying left and right for me.
But I agree. Killing bad or criminals, the cops don't care. I mean, so I feel like you could get away with that for a long time.
A long weekend at least.
Yes.
Definitely like 3-4 good days.
All right. Next question. Horror movies. What is each one of your favorite horror movie of all time?
I am currently watching the 2022 remake of Interview with the Vampire.
Oh,
So
nice.
I consider anything vampire horror. So that's where I usually like to consume most of my horror. I'm watching that. That's been fun. And I also watched the movie when it came out. Don't even remember when. But usually stay around like the vampire. But I've seen like the big monster movies as well. Those are fun. But vampires is kind of my thing.
Okay. Luke?
I think my favorite horror movie is 27 Dresses. No, that's a rom-com, I think. No. So the horror movie that like, this is an interesting concept. It's very creative. Was Trick or Treat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was like, it was like $5 at Walmart, and I was like, how is this a $5 movie? This is like an incredible, like, a ton of like cool visuals as well. That's my favorite. I've watched it probably 10, 20 times. I make people watch it, and I'm not even a big horror guy. I like,
Yeah.
There's so many cool visuals in that too. Like, and then the neighbor burying the kid and everything. What a wacky sense of humor in that too.
Yes, that's a great one.
Yeah.
And I believe that the main villain name is Sam. Yes, Sam. Yep, it's a great one. Now, the final question. This is for the both of you. What iconic horror character, if whoever owned that character said you can put him in your next Kill City Cup as a wrestler or fighter, who would it be?
I think if I could take it first, and I think he's done a little wrestling, but not as the character, is who's the guy who plays Hellraiser?
Doug Bradley?
Yeah, that sounds close, right? Yeah, that guy. I seen him do something with Blackcraft Wrestling, and it's like he was the commissioner or something. He actually got murdered on a show or something. Like, what?
Really?
Yeah, check it out, Blackcraft Wrestling. And that's why, like, man, I wish there was more of that. But then they started to do more wrestling than the cool, like, over the top stuff. But I think Hellraiser's like a Pinhead, right? Like,
yeah, Pinhead.
What a cool.
In the ring.
Say that again.
The Pinhead would be badass in the ring.
Yeah, that's a badass look. Like Michael Myers is okay, but he's kind of like, it's a mask. It's not even Jason overplayed. Maybe Freddy Krueger decent. But I think like that Pinhead guy stands out. Yeah, that's my pick.
Queen.
I was thinking like a werewolf character would be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be badass, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing just like a werewolf man in the ring and what kind of moves and how they would move around the ring, that would be really fun to see. And if they had any special powers, like what kind of powers would those be? And like what would you have to do to actually take down a werewolf?
Do you think we could get Michael J. Fox to play it?
No, I think his Parkinson's is too bad right now.
Yeah. Dude, he did such a good job in Teen Wolf. I think he'd be great in Kill City Cup 3.
Yes, because I mean it would be great if halfway through the match, if the guy turns into a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
Like ass beat and then he turns into a fucking werewolf and just rips the fucking head off.
Now we're adding transformations into it. Someone's backed up into the wall. You think they're done, and then bam, now they're a werewolf.
See, I'll give you guys all kinds of ideas. You guys should be writing these down.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What would you who would you put in there?
Oh, I like the werewolf idea, but for me, I would like a big, like a Leatherface, 7 foot tall, big, strong motherfucker, that can take a lot of blows, take a lot of hits. If you use a weapon against him, he can shake it off. I would definitely want someone big and a big dude.
Yeah, that's what we were missing in this one. As I watched it back, I keep making notes. I know a couple 7 foot tall guys, 7'4". And I don't know them personally, but I know of them, and I got friends that know them. But I think wouldn't that be awesome? Just a obscenely tall
tower, yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm all about visual. Like, what's the cool visual of it? And then my friends go,
and pairing it up with with Bounty or Bandit. Bandit is a 7 foot guy.
Yes, and see how he can overcome that match. Like, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, David Goliath scoring. That'd be fun to watch. Everyone would be tuned into that one.
Now, Queen, I do have a question for you. Will we see you in the ring in the next Kill City Cup?
I don't know. I mean, I will probably be inside of it. Will I be wrestling? We'll see.
So,
I don't like getting my hands dirty. It's not really how I like to operate.
Okay.
But I do like getting a few, hits in.
A little couple licks.
Yep.
Look, you.
I don't want to. Like, am I getting in the ring? If you, I've actually played like the Chemical Hazmat guys. I've been like dudes in that. But my time in front of the camera, I think's done. But the Gia, like she kind of is like a free spirit, so she's like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I've been talking. I think we got some ideas. We're gonna get her more involved. Maybe not wrestling per se, but like she said, getting her licks in. I got a visual idea. Her walking across like a bridge of men. I think would be awesome. Like, cause she's the queen, right? Like they gotta bow down and serve her. You've seen maybe This Is the End where Channing Tatum's on the leash.
Mm-hmm.
This is the sexiest street in America.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, walking in with a couple of gifts, like someone's gonna be like, "What is this? That's wild."
Now, my favorite wrestler, Zipper Face. I believe that's his name.
No, the Zip Monk, dude. The Zip Monk.
Yeah,
Zip Monk. Yes. Will he be making a return? That's my favorite character.
Yes.
What's funny? Yes is the answer. But like, what's funny about Kill City Cup is like, I'd say a third of the characters didn't even exist until the day before.
Wow.
It came down to like because we shot during COVID, so the pandemic, people were getting COVID, and then AAA Mexico took 2 of our guys for a tour, and then just like things, you get ideas brewing, right? And it's like, what's gonna hit? Brian Cage, actually, he was a cyborg. He's some variant of a cyborg. Then he was also like another. He was 4 different outfits in the day. Then we finally found one that fit best. The Zip Monk was actually going to be called We the Flying Squirrel, because I have a monkey costume that I was going to put a cape on and some big ass goggles. Yeah, and then he was also going to be Scuba Pete, like I just like wacky. But then, like I found the zipper thing with my girlfriend, and I actually have another version over there. I'd go get it, but it's not even worth the payoff of seeing it. It's just it's a Party City zipper and a Friar outfit. That's all it is.
That's it.
And then my buddy, he's my tag team partner. Actually, we do tag team as like I don't know, we're like some cool guys, but it's not. He comes out and he's like, highly creative guy. In a half hour, he came up with this character. He goes, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Dude, I love it. I love it. It's absurd, right? It's the Zip Monk. It's like
100% my favorite character.
I'm gonna tell him. You said today's happy birthday, Zip Monk. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Zip Monk.
Dude, he hates the Zip Monk thing. He's like, I didn't know it was gonna be this serious, man. Oh, but I would have done more. Like dude.
I'm a Zip Monk fan.
He gets mad. He thinks it's something I'm perpetuating. Is that the word? Like
yes.
He thinks I'm the one leading this. Like, no, man, people like it. I don't know.
Zip Monk fan.
I'm gonna text him after. Right?
Yes. All right.
He was like, I was supposed to be a chipmunk wrestling Brian Cage or something. And I was like,
no,
it worked out better.
It definitely. Now, Luke, where can everyone find you?
Please don't find me. I'm very introverted. I'm gonna probably take like 2 days to recover from this. But if you want to see Kill City Cup, I'm telling you, it's the wackiest, the weirdest, the wildest, and maybe the worst wrestling movie ever made. We got cyborgs, we got mad scientists, we got timeless wizards, we got people hanging from rafters, fireballs, we got beautiful babes. And that's all at killcitycup.com, youtube.com @killcitycup. It's a free movie. All you got to give us is your time and your soul. And that's all, man. Just check it out. Giggle. Don't take life so serious for 45 to 50 minutes. And then tell me how awful it is after. I'll read it and I'll cry for a day. But then I'm like, I got one more person to watch.
That's the key. That's the key. It's like when I get a negative comment, I was like, you watched my whole video, so thank you.
They also fed the algorithm. They gave you a comment.
Exactly.
Thank you for participating. The point is engagement.
They don't realize that that's helping me. I'm like, thank you. I always comment back, thank you. Thank you for watching. What else am I going to say?
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Queen Gia, where can we find you?
I've got a website, gialove.com. It's got a link to all my social media, so everyone can, pick a social media, whichever one's your favorite. Follow me on there. I'll be posting behind the scenes or news as we get rolling on more Kill City Cup, where I'll be doing interviews, where we can find great podcasts like this one, and just keep up with all the stuff. But most of it's going to be on killcitycup.com, and then you can watch the actual movie on youtube.com/@killcitycup. Just an hour. It's a really, really fun time, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. You like wrestling, you like fighting games, you like post-apocalyptic, Mortal Kombat, like it's all here. Horror, like it's got something for everybody. No doubt.
I agree. Everybody listen. Queen has just said it, everything. Please watch it on YouTube. I mean, you're literally, fellas, you're gonna love it. There's tons of tits and ass. I mean, wrestling, horror, video, Mortal Kombat, everything's on there. Boom. In one little package. Watch it. Free on you, and it's free on YouTube. You can't beat it. So, and look out for Kill City Cup 2. Is that what the title is going to be, or?
We might take it out of this world and make it the Galaxy Cup, but
okay.
Currently, Kill City Cup 2 maybe is the next one.
So Kill City
working
2.
Title.
That's a working title. But follow them on social media. They'll have updates, but please look out for that as well. Listen, you guys have been amazing. Luke, Queen Gia, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Travis.
Yes, and you guys are out in Maine, right?
He's in Maine. I'm in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay. All right. Well, where do you guys film?
Filmed in Florida.
Florida. Okay.
But I mean, not that it's exclusive to Florida, just that's where it was filmed.
All right. Well, hopefully I will love, I'm being serious, to be in one of the future Kill City Cups. So, pay me a role.
No. You tell us the role and we'll fit it in. Like It's whatever makes me
Yeah,
giggle.
insert yourself in the creative process.
Yes.
How it works.
I might be the guy that turns into a werewolf. I don't know how that's going to look or how we get to that werewolf part, but I'm gonna leave that part to you.
Low budget, low budget.
Yes. Well,
Looks like a dog paw like going through a sleeve.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be walking around with a butt plug tail or something.
Sounds like we got everything for the costume. Now,
Exactly.
There we go. It's already built.
Awesome.
Guys, once again, thank you for coming on. Guys, please.
Wow.
Thank you for having us.
But thank you for coming to the Hard Rim. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye bye.